Alright, so for this problem, it's asking us to take this expression, x squared minus 3, and figure out what it equals when the x value is negative 3. In other words, we're doing a substitution. We're taking this value and plugging it in here. And these problems aren't necessarily that difficult, and I think you're already pretty good at them. However, one time it can be tricky is when you have to deal with a negative sign and what you actually do. And when you substitute, is it negative 3 squared plus 3? Or are you trying to do negative 3 squared plus 3? In other words, is the negative to be squared also? Because these would be two very different problems. In this case, you've got two operations happening. You've got the squared and you've got the negative, and you have to do the squared first, and you'd end up with negative 6. Or on this hand, if you squared the negative as well, you'd end up with positive 9 plus 3 equals 12, and only one of those is actually right. So the question is, which one is it? And the thing to remember is that this is saying, the original problem is saying that the substituted value, what should take the place of x, is negative 3. Whatever x is, we're going to square it. Well, x is a 3, but x is also a negative. It's a negative 3. So that implies that if negative 3 is the entirety of x, and I'm squaring the entirety of x, that means that the negative has to be squared too. And this right here is the winner. Okay, this right here is the winner. And that can be a little bit confusing to understand. So let me say that one more time. So the whole point here is that x becomes squared. X is both a negative and a 3. X equals negative 3. So if I only square the 3 and apply the negative later, I'm not actually squaring all of x. I'm only squaring part of it. So in this case, the negative has to be substituted into. Both of those things, the negative and the 3, has to be squared. Otherwise, I'm only squaring part of x, and I'm missing out on the negative.